Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, the big difference between the Poland game, the last game at Old Trafford, and this one is England are standing off them. I understand the opposition.
Well, after about 20 minutes, it seemed like they
got a little bit more involved, and they pushed up further up the pitch, and England came into it a lot more actually. But I understand that if you get close to these players, then they're good enough to turn you and pass through.
Do you worry about England a little defensively, because against the I know we're 2 full-backs short.
I think that's a very valid point. I think with Ashley Cole and with Gary Neville in there, I think England would be a lot more solid. Centre backs I don't think will be a problem, but with the extra 2 full-backs in there,
you've got to remember the quality of the opposition. You're playing
very
against
best.
Truly great players that are at the top of their game.
Well, you were worried about England making loads of substitutions. Well, they're only making 9. No, they're only making 1. Just kidding. Just Paul Konchesky coming on for Wayne Bridge.
Well, I think
unsurprisingly.
that's a good substitution.
And I think that was predetermined before the match, wasn't it?
I think it was. The idea was to give Wayne Bridge a run out. He's had that. He's found it tough. He was always going to at this level.
And a great chance for Paul Konchesky.
Oh, well,
You've got World Cup squads. He needs players in various positions.
And again, we would mention the quality of the opposition. He goes in there and plays really competently in the second half and looks as though he's at home in that position and is comfortable with the centre-backs he's playing alongside. Then, it's a great chance for him to push himself forward to get into the actual squad for the World Cup finals.
We were talking about the chances of England before the game, and we were saying the importance of Rooney.
Yeah.
Without him,
well, I think Wayne Rooney is the key to England winning the World Cup. I think if Wayne Rooney is injured or suspended or for whatever reason he's not on the team, I think it won't be impossible, but it's going to be very, very tough without him, because he is key to everything.
Because he's
good about England goes through him.
Because he is a complete player. I mean, when you're asking for creativity, it's Rooney. When you're asking for pace, it's Wayne Rooney. When you're asking for goal scoring ability, it's Wayne Rooney. When you're asking for ability in the air, it's Wayne Rooney. It's everything.
It is. 75 to 80% of England's moves actually all go through Wayne Rooney.
What about the shape? You like the way England have shaped up the diamond? Does it work with Gerrard on the left?
He struggled to get in the game, Gerrard, on the left-hand side. I think that when I mentioned Ledley King before the start of the match, allowing Gerrard to do what he does at Liverpool, because that's his best position, starting halfway line on the left-hand side of the pitch and just roaming, but he's stuck to the touchline.
It took a while to get into it, but he's
done a great ball in for Michael Owen, and then a great hit that the keeper saved. So, and even Frank Lampard, who was sort of anonymous the first 25-30 minutes, had a decent header.
I think you're always going to have that problem, whether it's Steven Gerrard out there or Joe Cole out there, whoever. No one really wants to be out wide left. It's not their natural position. We haven't really got a natural left side player.
You feel Sven's right in playing this more typical holding role type of player?
Time will tell. I think on the first half evidence, yes. When you look at the midfielders, the names he's got in Gerrard and Lampard and Beckham, I mean, that's really impossible to leave those type of players out. It really is. If they can click, which they haven't really up to now, if they can click, then it'll be great for them, because they are fantastic players individually.
I certainly think against the quality opposition that the Argentinians are, then you need a holding player in there to give protection somewhere along the line. It'll be interesting to see how the second half pans out. Alan Shearer says it can't be as good as the first half.
Let us wrap up now. Come on, get on with the game.
More of the same, please. Graham Lasso and John Motson.
Yes, we certainly hope so. The Argentine team coming out slightly behind England, but we can deal with the England substitution. Paul Konchesky wearing number 12. West Ham United, second cap. His first was at Upton Park when he was a Charlton player against Australia. And what an opportunity for him here, coming on at half-time in the left-back position in place of Wayne Bridge. And just as Gary is so fond of my stats, the 295th substitution Sven-Göran Eriksson has made in 59 games.
That seems like a lot of substitutions to me, John.
Well, I did joke with him and say if he used all 6 permitted tonight, he would get to 300, but he shook his head and didn't think he would be using that many, so there we go. Incidentally, Gary Lineker made the point about you being a little bit kind to Argentina on the disallowed goal. That was not because of your wife, it was the mother-in-law, wasn't it?
That's right. My mother-in-law is not somebody you want to cross. She's very patriotic. Both my wife and her parents are Argentinian, so I'm afraid I've got to try and be consistent in my appraisal of the game.
You also made the point, Graham, to me at half-time about the atmosphere in the ground. You seem to think there's some good mix between the fans.
Well, it is. I think both Argentinian and English fans are mixed together. It seems a very positive atmosphere, and what a great advert for the game. Not just on the pitch, but off it as well, John.
Well, let's hope it continues that way, and also, of course, after the game, because a lot of people won't be able to get home tonight with this kick-off time. We're an hour ahead of you here in Switzerland. It's 10 to 7 here, and there won't be many flights out after this, so one hopes that we're not speaking too soon about good behaviour. Here's Gerrard. I know Alan Pardew will be delighted that Konchesky's got on, because his form for West Ham this season has been one of the features of the Hammers' return to the Premier League. I think he feels he's more settled there, because at Charlton I think he felt he was moved about a bit.
The fortunate thing for Paul Konchesky, obviously, is he's played a lot of games. You know, he's match fit, and mentally he's ready to play in this sort of game as well, as opposed to Wayne Bridge, who, like I said in the first half, you have to feel sorry for. I would hate to have played half a dozen reserve games for my club and then come straight into this sort of match. And it's a credit to him, really, that he felt prepared, that he could do that, and that the England managers had faith in him. But I think it also suggests the problem that we have on this left side. We need good left-sided, left-footed players. And it shows that there's a lack of that, meaning that Wayne Bridge has had to play.
Well, he had 60 minutes in the Carling Cup against Charlton, and that was his only first-team football since his injury, which he sustained, of course, at Newcastle in the FA Cup last season. And the thing about Konchesky, of course, as well, is that there was a time when Eriksson was prepared to play Bridge and Ashley Cole on the left, wasn't there? So if Ashley came back, he could conceivably play midfield.
That's right, the modern-day fullback has to get forward. They have to be prepared to get beyond the wide midfield player, which then suggests there might be an option to play, you know, a left-footed player in that left midfield slot. But I think with the quality Eriksson has in midfield, he's not going to drop Steven Gerrard for a left-footer if he feels Steven Gerrard is contributing to the game.
Cambiasso for Argentina, and they're on the move again here. Oh! You cannot keep Riquelme quiet, can you? I mean, you said you thought the first half he was the star of the show.
Yeah, he's tremendous here. Cambiasso is coming in off the left side of the pitch, and Riquelme is just so at ease with the ball at his feet. He's got great skill there, and unfortunately for him, he's obviously got underneath the shot. Fortunately for Paul Robinson, he didn't need to make a save there.
Here's Konchesky now. Oh, this is Frank Lampard in trouble now then. He was spoken to by the referee early in the game for a tackle, Frank Lampard. It looks as if the yellow card is coming out here. Yes, it is. That's the third booking of the night. 2 for England, 1 for Argentina.
That's one of those painful tackles on the foot, and Rodriguez has felt the full force of that by Frank Lampard, I think. Although Rodriguez had made a bit of a meal of it, in this sort of game, I think he's always going to get a booking for that sort of tackle.
Well, they've kept the lid on their tempers so far, the players here, and the crowd are having a good evening, by the look of it. Tevez. This is Zanetti. Oh, near post. Oh, and the flying header! Serene came in, and the handball, I think, was why the referee just intervened there. But look at the other end here, it's Wayne Rooney again.
Well, that was reminiscent of one Diego Maradona, I think. I think Sorin's come in at the far post, can't quite reach it, and gone for the ball with his hand. I'm not 100% certain, but there's not been a fuss made. Paul Robinson's got on with it, and straight from sort of his hands, he's sort of almost put Wayne Rooney in.
Can't take your eyes off this one. That was Lampard. Oh, behind the goal by Frank.
Frank Lampard's a little bit disappointed there. We can see the cross. Zanetti gets into a good position. It's an excellent ball in again. Crespo gets in front of the defender, and Serene's gone at it with his hand. Paul Robinson obviously kept it out.
I think it was right on the line when Robinson smothered it here, Graham, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was right on the line. I can't believe Sorin's gone for the ball with his hand there. Paul Robinson's obviously not very happy about that. It's ungentlemanly conduct.
Absolutely. So, still 1-1. This is King. Konchesky inside to Lampard. Young. Rooney trying to make way just inside. It was intercepted by Cambiasso, but won back by Ferdinand. Now, can the second half live up to the excitement of the first, one wonders? This is Terry. That was won back by Zanetti from Konchesky, and this is Riquelme. There's danger here, and Riquelme tries to find Crespo, and Young, running back, conceded the corner.
That's another one of the few mistakes in the game there. Paul Konchesky had a bad first touch, just showed too much of the ball to Zanetti, and straight away Argentina find Riquelme and break again. And England were quite fortunate. Luke Young did some good defending and obviously cleared the ball for a corner.
Well, he might have some more to do here, because that man Riquelme is going to take the corner. Ayala is forward again. So is Walter Samuel. Oh, and Konchesky got a very, very good head on that.
Brave header by Paul Konchesky there. It was something he needed to do, get his head on the end of that, because Tevez was in otherwise.
This is Cambiasso. Lampard couldn't get it away, Ferdinand could. Zanetti. Riquelme looks for Crespo. Ledley King trying to do some closing down there, and he's been penalised.
That's harsh, that is. The ball's there to be won. Ledley King won it fairly as far as I'm concerned, but Tevez has used a bit of experience and drawn a free kick in a dangerous area for Argentina.
Well, it's a good 35 yards, but there's only one man going to put the ball down, and that's Riquelme. Bit of an argument going on between the referee and two or three Argentine players just at the moment. They're probably saying they want the wall further back. Now, is Riquelme going to try and test Robinson from here? He chips it in, and there's Demichelis, and it's over the line, and Argentina have scored. And Samuel was right in there, as well as Demichelis, and Argentina are 2-1 up.
It's another set piece. I remember we suffered one of these in St Etienne against them. It's a well-worked free kick. Samuel gets up, wins the ball, beats everybody.
Yes, it's Samuel's goal. It was over the line before they followed it in. Walter Samuel of Inter Milan will claim it, even though it was finished off there just in case by Ayala. And Argentina are back in front.
Once again, Riquelme has an influence on the game. You know, everybody, I think, including certainly us sitting up here, thought he was going to strike the ball. He looked for Walter Samuel, picked him out with a perfect pass, and it's quite a simple goal in the end. And you know, England have to now bounce back again.
They do indeed. The second time that Argentina have taken the lead. And now Beckham and company have got to show what they're made of. This is Demichelis again. Samuel the scorer. Gerrard, nearly through. Zanetti. Well, Bit of a blow for England, that, Graham.
That's right, and it goes to show, I think it's another mistake, really, because you can't imagine Paul Konchesky being delegated to mark Walter Samuel, one of the biggest players on the pitch. And if he's not meant to be marking him, who is? And quite frankly, that's something that somebody back there has to take control. One of the big guys, the Ferdinands and John Terrys of this world, need to boss that area. That's their goal mouth. They need to deal with that situation, pick up markers and be prepared for that sort of clever play that the Argentinians have obviously got at their disposal.
Celebration for Walter Samuel. It's his 50th cap today, and that will go down as his 5th international goal. And here's Konchesky, learning the hard way. Joe Cole getting ready here for England. This is Lampard. This is Rooney. Now, will Argentina sit back, or will they come out and go for more goals?
I certainly think they'll be content to let England have the ball across the back line. They don't need to come out of position. They're going to look for England to sort of try and risk a pass and get possession back as quickly as they can. But whilst the ball's on the halfway line, you know, they'll be happy to let England have it.
Here comes Rooney with Ayala, and it's come out to Gerrard, and he steams forward for England. And can Rooney finish it, or can Lampard finish it? Not quite.
So unfortunate for Frank Lampard. He'll be disappointed with that, with his strike rate and the quality of his finishing. He'll be disappointed. It's a good crossfield ball by David Beckham. Obviously it's a slight risk, that ball, but Steven Gerrard does well to anticipate what's going on, puts a perfect ball in, and unfortunately for Frank Lampard, he's just leaning back and put off by the tackle of Surin as he comes in.
Now I think Eriksen's going to make a change here for a rather more advanced formation. He's going to bring off Ledley King and bring on Joe Cole, who will presumably go on the left, will he, Graham?
That's right, Steven Gerrard moves into the centre of midfield. Joe Cole gives an outlet on the left and maybe a slightly more attacking option down that side.
Here's Owen to Beckham, and here comes Rooney with Ayala. Touched on by Cole, in fact, to Konchesky. This is Lampard, Beckham, Gerrard to his right. So Ledley King replaced, and England back with the formation that we were more used to seeing at one time, with Joe Cole playing on the left of a 4. This is Riquelme. Cambiasso.
It's interesting because Argentina play very narrow down their left-hand side of the pitch, with Cambiasso coming in and working well with Riquelme. That allows Rodriguez to sort of find a position for himself out wide, and obviously he's caused England a few problems this evening.
This is Riquelme again, very much the playmaker for Argentina. Cambiasso, a willing partner for him in midfield. And Gerrard with the crossfield ball towards Rooney. He and Ayala both go down. Referee says play on. Ayala pulls Rooney back to his feet. He played in a good spirit so far.
England's biggest issue now is that Steven Gerrard's moved into that central midfield position. He's going to have to start taking a bit of responsibility for Riquelme. But is that going to affect the way he plays? We'll have to find out. Can Steven Gerrard still link up with the front players and do what he's good at?
This is Now Crespo on the run against Konchesky.
It's good defending by Paul Konchesky there. He followed Hernan Crespo, and even when he span him, he was still in touch with him and made a good tackle.
Zanetti. Riquelme. Cambiasso. Sorin coming in from the left-hand side.
It's the second time Sorin's tried a speculative effort with a volley, and here you can see Walter Samuel, no one picking him up as the ball goes into the area, and it's a nicely cushioned ball across the box. It's in such a dangerous area. There's absolutely no chance for an England defender to actually get anything on that, and it's a simple goal.
It's Gerrard to Beckham. Young down the right-hand side. Beckham again. Oh, goalkeeper didn't quite make that cleanly, and it had to be helped out there by Ayala. It's a corner to England. Good effort by Beckham.
He's had a great strike here. His little back lift. The ball bounced viciously in front of the goalkeeper, and once again it's well cleared by the Argentinian defender.
Oh, it was Rooney at the near post there.
See David Beckham strike there. It's keeper's unsighted. He does well to get anything on that at all.
So forward there by Ayala. There's an offside flag up here. Well, Eriksson, whose last but one match this is before he names the squad, sees his near to full strength side 2-1 down to Argentina. Here's Cole. Good skill from Joe Cole. Oh, he nearly set Frank Lampard up there. Young is free on the right-hand side for England. Decent cross as well. Oh, and Lampard shoots.
That's so unlucky by Frank Lampard. Good play by Joe Cole's coming off the left-hand side of the pitch. Luke Young does well, lifts the ball up. It gets cleared, but Frank Lampard doing what he does well is marshalling that edge of the box. That's just a couple of feet wide. He's hit it as well as he could, really. England will be encouraged with this sort of spell they're having at the moment. They've just got to make it count and get back in this game.
Samuel. This is Riquelme. Ayala. Well, 2-1 was the score, of course, when England lost to Argentina in the World Cup quarter-final in '86. This is Cole. Going all the way, Joe Cole.
Such a shame for Joe Cole. They did everything right apart from the finish. He snatched at his shot and dragged it past the near post. But he's come on and made an impact already. He's not frightened to run at players, and he's now causing the Argentinian midfield and defenders some problems. And if he can keep getting in those positions and just pick up a little bit on his quality, either of his final pass or his strike, then I can see him getting on the score sheet.
Well, he's certainly made an impression since he's come on. Now then, Rodriguez. This is Riquelme. De Michelis, Cambiasso, cunning ball towards Crespo.
That's a good link-up play by the Argentinian midfield. Cambiasso coming on off that line and looking for Hernan Crespo, who peeled off John Terry. He's obviously very good in the air, Crespo, and fortunately for England, he didn't get on the end of that.
The score at Hampden Park, by the way, a full-time friendly. Scotland won, the United States of America won. Webster the scorer for Scotland, Wolf from a penalty for the USA. The States, of course, have qualified for the World Cup, so that's not a bad performance by Walter Smith's side. And here's a free kick in Joe Cole's favour. Konchesky, Rooney, Cole, Rooney again. This is Sorin. Konchesky. A foul by Joe Cole, and the card's coming out. Yellow card for Cole.
That's wonderful play by Riquelme again. He's span on the ball. Joe Cole's obviously committed himself and made what he feels is a fair challenge. You can just see the way he's dragged the ball away from Joe Cole and drawn the foul. I think it's a bit harsh for booking. It's Joe Cole's first tackle. Wasn't particularly malicious, and is a shame for him, but I'm sure he won't be too disappointed. At least he's broken the play up.
Well, Cole, Lampard and Young are now all on yellow cards for England. That's out. It's got to be a goal kick. There have been several sendings off in the history of this fixture, not just David Beckham. Antonio Ratin, of course, in 1966 at Wembley. And Trevor Cherry and Daniel Bertoni in a friendly in 1977, a game I remember well in Buenos Aires. One of my first with England, and would you believe it was in black and white, the pictures, Graham?
Was it really?
Shows you how long I've been hanging around.
It does, John. I can't help you on that
I
one,
really shouldn't have raised that, actually.
No, you shouldn't. Leave that to me.
Anyway, this is Young for England. That was a year before the World Cup, when colour television did reach Argentina. Here's Gerrard. Cole. Beckham to Gerrard.
For some reason, David Beckham's decided to come across the pitch and start trying to link up play inside rather than staying out wide and being effective where he has been for most of the match.
Which is why Sorin's got some space out there now, and he's found De Michelis.
And the important distinction there, John, is that if somebody's... It's not what, David Beckham on the ball is doing, it's what he's leaving behind him sometimes. If the ball breaks down, then it's leaving a heck of a gap down that side of the pitch.
Well, that's, to say the least, rather ambitious from Riquelme. An Argentine player down anyway, and we're going to see a substitution because I think this is the last we're going to see of Hernan Crespo as he picks himself up on the far side, and Javier Saviola, the 23-year-old who's on loan at Seville from Barcelona, is going to replace him, wearing number 7. So the scorer of the first goal, the Chelsea man, is going on. And Saviola to win his 29th cap. Here's Lampard. England bidding to get back into the game for the second time. This is Young. Rooney. A foul here by Sorin. And a chance maybe now for England's free kick specialist David Beckham to leave an imprint on the match.
Yeah, you can see here Wayne Rooney picks the ball up and he just has his feet caught and draws the free kick. So let's see if England can make something happen here.
Well, Riquelme and one or two other Argentine players are insisting that the ball is placed correctly for some reason.
I want it placed in a pothole.
The referee's surely not going to let Riquelme stand there for much longer.
I think what they're trying to do is just slow the game down as long as they can, give David Beckham a chance to think about what he's going to do, but we know how dangerous he can be in these situations.
He wants them further back, the referee. Lampard is standing in quite a threatening position as well behind Beckham. Beckham! Goalkeeper got there, but so did... Oh! How did he save the second one from Michael Owen?
What a great save. Again, he does quite well with the first free kick. It wasn't that powerful, but it bounced in front of him. You can see it coming in. It just bounces in front of him, palms it down, straight into the feet of Michael Owen. But the second save is a great save. Takes a deflection. And excellent save. Corner for England.
Came off his own defender, Samuel, after it left Owen's foot. That's an amazing save. Corner to England. John Terry gets up there. Back out again to Beckham. Now he's spotted Rooney lying back for the volley. And England have committed players forward, and now the break is on for Argentina, but they've got a player down, so Riquelme has kicked the ball out. It's Cambiasso who's injured.
Yeah, John Terry went up for a challenge with him from David Beckham's corner, and there was only ever going to be one winner there, and that was John Terry. The force at which he came into Cambiasso has obviously hurt him. See the ball coming in. John Terry's just watching the ball, attacking it, and he's knocked Cambiasso straight onto his back.
Well, this was a remarkable bit of goalkeeping by Abandoncieri. It really was.
Yeah, he's alert to the second shot. He could have done better with the first, I think. I think he had a chance to maybe just catch that. He's palmed it out to Michael Owen, but he's made up for what is half a mistake with his fantastic save and kept Argentina's lead.
Well, indeed it did, and there seems to be some concern about the injured player Cambiasso.
He's got to his feet, John, which is good to see. When somebody takes a collision like that in the head area, you never quite know what state they're in. But you know, he's received the full weight of John Terry come clattering into him. So you know, he's got to consider himself fortunate to actually feel able to walk off the pitch.
Well, there's going to be a substitution anyway, because at centre-back we're going to see Fabrizio Colaccini, and it looks as though he's going to replace Roberto Ayala, the number 2. Yes, he is at centre-half. This is a fellow who played pretty regularly at centre-back throughout the Confederations Cup. And he plays for Deportivo La Coruña in Spain, Colaccini. So he'll be alongside Walter Samuel now for the last quarter of an hour. And in the meantime, Cambiasso, after treatment, has walked round the pitch and is waiting with the 4th official to come back on. So, England with something to retrieve in the last 15 minutes.
Argentina are starting to break the game up a little bit now. There's, a couple of little fouls that they've drawn. They're trying to slow things down, just change the tempo and dictate it themselves, rather than letting England get any momentum and get back into this match.
That was cleared there by Gerrard. Owen's not had much luck, has he? That one marginally offside, I would say, at the very most. And then foiled there by a fine save from close in by the goalkeeper. Forward by Konchesky. Now then, Colaccini, having just come on, wrestles with Rooney. But Rooney's behaviour tonight has been exemplary.
Yeah, he looks very focused on what he's doing. Here he sort of uses his strength, Wayne Rooney, and gets the free kick for England.
Still a good performance, I would say, by Eriksen's team this, even if they don't equalise, because they've had a real go at Argentina in phases of this game, Graham.
Certainly, I've been impressed with Rio Ferdinand. He's had a lot of critics recently, and I think he's played excellently back there with John Terry. You look through the midfield and people ask questions about how the balance works. I think they've stood up today against an excellent Argentinian side. And up front, Michael Owens had a couple of chances. Unfortunate maybe not to score one of them. And Wayne Rooney has obviously been at the heart of many of England's great moves.
Cambiasso is now fully recovered and has been restored to the central midfield. Oh, now here's a chance maybe for Joe Cole to get involved. Zanetti coming forward there for Argentina. Cambiasso to Walter Samuel, whose goal looks as though it's going to win this game. Sorin. Now he hasn't looked much of the ball, Tevez, in the second half, but he's got it now. And Riquelme is backing him up here. Oh, and it's Rodriguez, the man who made the first goal. He's not getting round the back this time. Konchesky stopped him.
That's good defending by Paul Konchesky. He picked up his pace quickly to match that of Rodriguez. He tried to show him a feint and go past him to get the cross in. Konchesky wasn't having any of it. He followed him and blocked the ball for a corner.
Well, we've got to watch, or England have got to watch Walter Samuel this time. He's up there just near the penalty spot with Colaccini as Riquelme prepares to take the corner. A bit of pushing and shoving going on. He's decided to play it short to Tevez. Back again to Riquelme. Zanetti. England beginning to move out now. Can't afford to stay too deep in there. Saviola. Colaccini to Riquelme. Saviola's going through. Terry stopped him. Found Cole. Bit of a pullback there, surely. And it's going to be a card. Rodriguez for pulling back the shirt. He's going to go in the book as well.
Once again, that's a situation that Rodriguez is a professional foul. He's done it to slow the game down, stop England breaking forward. He'll quite happily take a yellow card for that.
Now, Eriksen's really going to throw caution to the wind in a moment, because we're going to see Peter Crouch come on, and it looks as though it may be Luke Young going off, so it would be a striker for a fullback. That is Young's header, in fact. And it's come down to Riquelme, and he's found Saviola. Argentina look as if they've got the measure of England just for the moment. Could another substitution change that? Here's Cambiasso. Now then, Beckham and Sorin. Free kick.
Two captains clashing there. Sorin got the better of David Beckham there. He picked the ball up on the line and just waited for David Beckham to make his challenge, put the ball through his legs and just fell on the floor, drawing a free kick in what is a very dangerous area for someone of the quality of Riquelme.
Yes, he's been a real menace from these, hasn't he? And they're just waiting, in fact, for More players to come forward, and this time it's a stretch, and that's all it needs to be from Paul Robinson. And it's Argentina as well who are preparing another substitute down on the touchline. So the two number 20s are coming on. Peter Crouch for England in place of... well, in fact, it looks to me as though Cruz of Inter Milan is going to come on in place of Tevez. Yes, he is. That's for Argentina. And Luke Young is the man coming off for England to be replaced by Peter Crouch. So what does this mean, Graham?
Well, it's a risk, I think, in the sense that you're changing the formation of England quite dramatically to accommodate Peter Crouch in the hope that he'll create something make a difference and get England this equaliser. We'll have to see, but it's important that England are aware of Peter's strengths, and the whole team has to be set up to really get alongside him and help him on his knockdowns and then play the ball through him, basically.
Steven Gerrard has gone to right back. And Crouch is on alongside Owen. Rooney perhaps to play a bit deeper even more. Now then, Argentina in possession, and there goes the newcomer. This is Cruz. Just been recalled to the squad. Saviola, one of the other substitutes. Good block, John Terry. Here comes Zanetti. Oh, he turned Konchesky and then it was booted out by Terry. 8 minutes in Geneva. Argentina leading England by 2-1. This is Demichelis. Samuel. Zanetti. Cambiaso. Moving up on the far side is Serene. Rodriguez. Oh, now he's onside, Zanetti. There's danger here for England. Terry's header. Lampard to clear. But how long for? That's the question. Riquelme steers it through. Saviola! Oh, and it's going to come to Rodriguez. Well played, Robinson. Well done, the goalkeeper.
He did everything there, Paul Robinson. Great bravery on the first attempt. I think he got a kick in the head for his troubles, but kept his wits about him and managed to make an excellent second save.
Here's Joe Cole at the other end. Crouch is lurking on the far post. Oh, it's come off Colaccini. Robinson is somewhat wounded by that double save. Here's Gerrard into Lampard. Well, that would have been 3-1 and all over, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right, and I think he's suffered an injury there, Paul Robinson. The physio's gone over, he's waiting by the post, and I'd see if he recovers. But meanwhile, at the other end, obviously, England are trying to get forward and counter-attack the Argentinian defence.
Well, this is Konchesky. Forward to Crouch. This is the option that people thought Peter Crouch was best equipped to serve, coming on to change the focal point of the attack when the game needs saving. Robinson's receiving attention from Gary Lewin down by the goal. In the meantime, Argentina to make another change. This is Luis Gonzalez, number 16, and Riquelme, the outstanding player for Argentina, is leaving the field.
Well, I think every England supporter and England coach, the England team, will be happy to see Riquelme come off the pitch. He's been absolutely magnificent tonight. I think he's been at the heart of everything Argentina have done well, and it's up to England now to try and use this extra sort of height and strength they've got up front by putting on Peter Crouch and having a third striker to try and get a goal back.
Konchesky with the throw. Colaccini at the back of Owen. Crouch waiting in the area, hoping that someone's going to service that. Oh, it's chipped in towards him now, and here's Rooney!
I think Wayne Rooney there feeling the pressure a little bit, the need to score, and he just snatched his shot. You've got Riquelme playing in Saviola, and just there I think Paul Robinson gets a kick on the head. He doesn't need to make the save. I think John Terry blocks it for him, but Paul Robinson was certainly stunned by that sort of boot on the head that he received, and I think he's fortunate to come away without sort of cutting his head.
I think it's fair to say both goalkeepers at times in this match have distinguished themselves.
They have. They've made the game incredibly interesting. They've both had a lot of work to do, and they both, they couldn't do it. Neither of them could have done anything with regards to the 3 goals.
Well, that was a statistic more relevant than most of mine. 26 shots on goal, 13 each. That tells you what a good game it's been here in Geneva. Hope you've enjoyed it at home. Here's Terry, looking for Crouch. On his chest, turned well. Found Rooney. Beckham wants it far side. It's still Rooney. And Rooney turned away by Abondanzieri.
We're just talking about goalkeepers. What excellent play by Wayne Rooney. That would have beaten almost any goalkeeper. But Abondanzieri is a big
Gerrard here with the cross. It's near post. And England really forcing the pace here, looking for the equaliser. And as you said, well, as Alan Shearer said, Wayne Rooney, the key to England winning the World Cup. I can't put it better than that. And he showed why again then.
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic play. Just seeing the goalkeeper off his line, and it's perfect chip. So deft, that it beat him, I thought, and somehow Abondanzieri managed to get his hand to it and palm it away for a corner.
Gerrard again from the right-hand side. Joe Cole's up. Oh, and there it is. It's the equaliser by Michael Owen, and England are back at 2-2. Just look at the celebrations down on the bench. You'd think it was a World Cup match. Michael Owen scores for England, just as he did when he was 18 against Argentina in Saint-Étienne. Wonderful moment for England. 3 minutes from the end of the 90. Steven Gerrard with the cross. Joe Cole went in first, but Owen was lurking behind him. And Graham, it's 2-2.
Steven Gerrard, third position of the evening, playing right back. What a ball into the box. Michael Owen drifts away from Zanetti, the full-back, and finishes comfortably to make it 2-2. It's a fantastic final minutes.
Michael Owen breaks Gary Lineker's record. It's his 23rd goal in major competitions. But, of course, it doesn't count as a competitive match tonight, so we can't give him the record, but we can say it's his 34th international goal. Golly, I've got carried away there. I thought we were in a competitive match, Brian. It looked like it.
It certainly is competitive in every sense of the word.
We can't count it, but it's his 34th goal in his 75th international. Michael Owen. And what a moment for him as well against Argentina.
Well, Argentina have a corner now, so there's defending for England to do. Concentration, picking up your markers, because there's still a twist in the tail yet, maybe.
Well, there could be. Rodriguez is going to take the corner. Colaccini's in there as well. David Beckham heads out. England have really set themselves up for the World Cup with this result if it stays at 2-2. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but they're not going to fear anybody. Here's Saviola for Argentina, though. They seem as if they want to get there again. Rodriguez. Oh, it's too long for Colaccini on the far side. Well, I tell you what, this is the best match we've done together.
It certainly is. It's been a fantastic game. Here's Steven Gerrard. See it again. Great ball in. Joe Cole goes up for the first header, leaves the space for Michael Owen, and he finishes comfortably.
There's going to be 3 minutes of overtime. I'm not supposed to call it overtime. Get confused with people who do that for a real living. Extra time added on for stoppages. 3 minutes. Look at the crowd. Just look at the crowd. Beckham takes the free kick. Rooney. Oh.
That's a speculative effort by Wayne Rooney, but with the finale of this game, there's a chance for someone to be a hero, and Wayne Rooney is that sort of person. He's been incredible tonight. England have stuck to their job. They did it in the first 20 minutes when Argentina were on top. They've done it again when they've gone 2-1 behind. They've shown great character tonight.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? It really isn't anything like a friendly. This is Crouch. But having said that, it's also been played with a very decent spirit among the players. There's been none of the old conflict between England and Argentina in that sense. Just a really good football match. Rooney! Can England win it at the last? Owen's there again. Beckham! Oh, the goalkeeper saved it. Crouch! Oh, goodness. I thought Beckham had got the winner.
I can't believe that. He did everything right. Wayne Rooney picked the ball up. Now Argentina on the attack.
Oh, it's put through by Saviola, and it's Cruz. No penalty. Referee waves it away. Cruz was looking for one. What a climax in the first minute of stoppage time now. Rooney for England. Joe Cole. Crouch comes in far side, but then, oh, then we've got it! England have scored again, it's Michael Owen! It's 3-2! Owen! Oh, Owen 2 in a matter of minutes! What an amazing finish in Geneva! Michael Owen there again, and Argentina are deflated. They're standing around looking at each other, and they don't know where the lead has gone, and they don't know where the match has gone. But it's gone to England. What an extraordinary few minutes, just as Beckham appeared to have been robbed by this. There's the first Owen goal. And look at that.
What a great finish. Joe Cole, he's had a big influence since he's come on. He drifts inside again. Perfect pass in. Michael Owen gets in front of the Argentinian defender and Peter Crouch and scores past the Argentinian goalkeeper, who's been absolutely massive in that goal. He's made some great saves.
Is this Sven-Göran Eriksson's best ever result in a friendly? It has to be, surely, against the team they beat in Sapporo. 3-2 England. Owen, 87 minutes and 92nd. 2 in 5. And now I will give you his correct goal-scoring record. 35 goals in 75 England games. As Cruz, who could have had the third one for Argentina a minute earlier. But the next target for Owen now, apart from the competitive thing, is Jimmy Greaves, who had 44 for England. He's on the warpath, Michael Owen, to become England's highest ever goal scorer, but he'll remember this match. Probably not quite as much as the 5-1 in Germany, but nearly.
Just goes to show Michael Owen playing regularly at Newcastle, a new lease of life, and look what he can do for England. It's fantastic to see him back in form.
Well, would you believe it? England 2-1 down with 3 minutes of normal time to go, now find themselves 3-2 up, and the mood of the nation will change with this one, surely. Rooney to Cole. And there it is, England win in Geneva. They've beaten one of the two favourites for the World Cup. And again, another chapter in this terrific series between England and Argentina. Something always happens when they meet, but could you have programmed a finish like that? Jose Pekerman congratulates Sven-Göran Eriksson, and Michael Owen is the hero of the hour with 2 goals in the last 6 minutes to turn what looked like a 2-1 defeat into a 3-2 victory, and Argentina just walk off looking absolutely astonished. They won't be shouting and singing on their coach tonight, that's for sure. David Beckham curiously could have won it moments earlier when the goalkeeper made an extraordinary save, but here's Joe Cole with the cross, and there's Michael Owen ahead of Walter Samuel to score in the 92nd minute. And the celebrations, well, I mustn't get too carried away, but I did say it earlier, it feels like a World Cup game because the opposition is who it is. And England have put them away, Argentina, just as Beckham did in Sapporo. They've done it again in Geneva. Twice behind England here tonight. Twice they came back. But goodness gracious, would you have expected Owen to do it again in the time added on? Amazing scenes here, Graham Lasso. I think we can stay with it for a second. Look at the crowd.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, you can't... This game is nothing but a competitive match. I know it goes down technically as a friendly, but what a performance from both teams. Both teams showed such quality, such class at key moments. And England, I think, to come out of it with that victory shows a huge, huge sign of the character and the quality and resilience of this team. And it's fantastic to see. What a great result.
Was this the team that lost 1-0 to Northern Ireland?
It can't be the same team, and I think that's why we get so disappointed. This is how well they can play. This is what they've created and caused everyone to expect, and this is what people demand.
Well, Maybe we can start getting the flags out back at home for the World Cup after that. What a turnaround here in Geneva. A lot for the lads to talk about in the studio if they've got the time, and lots to talk about for the people who watch this over the weekend. It's England 3, their old rivals Argentina 2.
Well, that's how we like our friendlies. Just shows you a quick reminder there, that's how exciting the World Cup just might be next